Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Can you guys hear me? Please put one in the chat if you can hear me okay. If you could put a one in the chat if you can hear me okay. I don't have my big mic hooked up just in case I need to hook it up. Hey D Dot. Hey Ruled by Venus. A view is a view. Hypnotic touch. Dr. Lashonda, welcome. Lena Pretty Brown Eyes, Miss Queenie, Choreo Lover. Angie Lee, I think that is. Angie Lee, Nurse Noreen, Demons O, what's happening? Linda B. Um, for good and evil, hey, how you doing? Okay. Cheryl Burnett, what's going on? Bird, welcome. How you doing? I think I saw Petey Pete, of course. Thank you, Petey Pete. Hey, how you doing? Nova, how you doing? Tito District. Styles with Tisa. Okay. Miami Popo. Oh, shoot. The Popo in here. Oh, Lord. Pull over. Chocolate Coco. Hey, YouTube cameras, what's going on? Hey, what's up, you guys? I just came in uh, to give a little give a little feedback on what I've been seeing going on in the streets and in other places. So I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up here and add their 2 cents. You're more than welcome to. So let me drop the link in my chat. Hold on. Excuse me. Let me drop the link in my chat. And I'm going to invite anybody up that wants to come up. You're more than welcome to come up. Echo. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna paste this in the chat. So if you feel like you want to come up and discuss the topics with me, you're more than welcome. Hey, Sugar Plum, how you doing? Jill's Comfort Zone. Hey, Sincere. Hello, Sincere. Rennie, how you doing? Okay, so um, now what I have noticed in the beef sector this week. Oh my God. This dang on phone is driving me crazy. What I've noticed in the beef sector lately here this week, I want to talk about this racism and racist situation that we have allowed to, you know, we allow, it's some people who are so enamored with white people that they'll sit up and they ignore all of the reasons why they don't have grace for their own people and let them sit up, infiltrate their chat, talk all over people, talk down to people, and it's not until their pocket is affected that they then boost this person off. And then you have the dusties that, come behind and like are so happy that this person will hit their link in their panel and they're so enamored with them. Like, why are we entertaining people on bullshit and fuckery? Okay, hey, still Shady 504, LSA boss, how you doing? Um, Indigo, how you doing? Okay, so now I'm not Lord Karma, came in here And on the typical way that people infiltrate the sector and post up on panels with nothing to contribute but negativity to the topics that are being discussed. And then when they don't have anything to contribute, they somehow are just taking up space holders. Sometimes I've seen people who are waiting in the back, but we can't have anyone else up because the panel's full. When this motherfucker or that motherfucker or the other motherfucker have not opened their mouths in the last hour, but are just posted up on the panels or writing and fighting in the back check behind pussy and just posted up on the panel, refusing to let someone else up. But anyway, I digress. So um it's like, what in the world won't these content creators do? For it, a lot of this stuff is done because they're getting pocket change in the back. So that's my opinion. So what say you guys? Let me see what you guys are saying. You can hear me, bird. Okay. So we have this Lord Karma situation, and he was the crazies are coming in. Yes, the crazies are coming in, and the fools are letting them in. When you have a fool who is unable to enunciate or talk on any particular subject matter and just fill up a panel full of idiots and let go and let have, this is what you get. So, hey, Connie, how you doing? So, Lord Karma is booted from idiot number one's panel behind idiot number two not liking them because they came from Jay Dunn's camp and all this old crazy stuff. So then he goes on Bree's channel to explain himself, and then he had the nerve to use this word. What was it? Okay, let's break this down. So he goes on and use a derogatory term, which actually means the N word. And then when a couple of people in the chat caught it real quick, and one of the people who caught it real quick, oh my God, I didn't download her picture, but what? Okay, I'll show you later. Okay, this is what he decided to say. He decided to call somebody a nignog. A nignog in let's let's look at this. A nignog is basically a nigger, and it is slang that's used in the UK and is synonymous with the word nigger. Let me remove this comment if I can find it. I'm trying to remove this comment so we can see the screen. Oh my God, where's this comment? Here it is. Okay. Nignog, a noun. Slang, a foolish person, hence a raw and unskilled recruit. Now, that is what he's trying to say that he meant it to be. The etymology, number one of the word, which is the root meaning of the word, the core meaning of the word, but that it was used in the 1700s. That's when that was meant to be that. Etymology number two is it's a reduplicative of nigger that became part of slang lexicon from people in Maine and other parts of the United States around the middle 20th century. That's the 1950s. Okay, so is he using a word from the 1950s? Is he using a word from the 1700s to mean very silly or slow? Okay, so in the 1950s, it becomes a word to mean nigger. So how does a word that started out to mean very slow or unskilled in the 1950s turn around and be synonymous with the slang word nigger and meant to be a nigger to people in the 1950s in Maine when black people built the whole United States, put the whole infrastructure of finance, of trade, of building all these monuments in Washington, D.C., free labor. So we're unskilled, we're ignorant, who created so many inventions to make their slave lives more profitable, which their owners got the patent to and made plenty of money off of. So, Lord Karma, fuck you and the bullshit that you're talking. You tried to say that you meant fools over there. Yeah, fools are entertained over there. And you're the number one fool who was entertained over there, Lord Karma. So, okay, let's go on. It has also been applied to any person of color, including East Asian, but this is largely exclusive to the UK. Period. Largely exclusive to the UK. So he knew exactly what he was saying. A word that is a reduplicative of the word nigger that is largely used in the UK, because only a few people caught on that he had actually used that word, and they knew exactly what it meant. And I'm glad that Miss Toby got up there and read him the Riot Act. So British slang, disparaging, offensive, a black person, nignog. That's what it meant, and that's what he meant it to mean. Nignog. Definition. Okay. Reduplicative from nigger. Slang, offensive ethnic slur, a black person. Offensive ethnic slur. See, that's exactly what it meant, and that's exactly what he meant by it. So I just wanted to talk on that. And then for the nerve of him to try to recreate history and try to act as if, no, that's not what I meant. That's not exactly what I meant. That's exactly what the word means. So you guys are ignorant and you guys don't know how to look up information. Oh, excuse me? No, you think we're ignorant. And see, that's the whole premise of this of your argument, that you think that you're dealing with a whole lot of ignorant people who are unable to know exactly what you're saying. And what he said was totally unacceptable to me. So if any, okay, I'm gonna add this. Okay. To it. And if anybody wanna come up here and add to the discussion, you're more than welcome to. So what do you guys think of this Lord Commerce situation? I think it's really crazy. I really think it's crazy that so few people, um, had pushback on the situation. And then this morning we get to Dr. Pastor Jay Wilson in discussing this situation and how disappointing but expected was his position about this situation. Oh well, I didn't hear him say it, but I'm neutral on the situation. I didn't hear him say it, but what do you guys have to say about it? You didn't hear him say it, therefore your understanding of the meaning of the word and the way in which it was used is null and void because you didn't hear him say it. So therefore it doesn't mean what it means. Okay, here's somebody who cut it right off. Get him strictly platinum. Get him off. He is racist. But then again, you stroll down here and you have Toya Abstract saying strictly it's a British slang. But Toya Abstract, if you're in the chat, I want to challenge you. See, what you did was you said that it was just slang, but what is it slang for, Toya? See, you have people who want to put out information, want to cape for people talking about its slang and not want to soften the effect of what the slang really means. No, it's British slang for nigger, and that's what he set up there, and that's what he called that audience. That panel that Ness has over there. So if anybody want to hit the link, the link is pinned. Okay. Let's see. I am so behind. Hey, Sarat, how you doing? Okay, talking about the spaceship. More than a slur, more a slur than a slang. Exactly. That's exactly what it means. Okay. Let me see. I thought I saw Toya. Okay. Toria's never on point. Strictly platinum. Exactly. Hey, Olivia, how you doing? Hey, Olivia. I mean, we're trying. Hey, Face, y'all, how you doing? We trying to recreate the whole meaning of a word. So then, Jay Wilson. I don't watch Jay Wilson. Be firm and clear. It's a lot of people I don't watch, but I watch in context of information that I want to talk about. So I'm not going to come on here and say, "Oh, is I heard this and I heard that." If I talk about something and I haven't seen it, I am clear to let you know I did not see the video. But I wanted to hear the context of why Jay Wilson, is my understanding, had this Lord Karma on his channel last night. And then I heard that he was on his channel once again this morning. Hold on, I have somebody in the back. I want to put up my banner and make sure I don't get porn bomb or anything to that effect. So since this is the person who debuted him on to the streams, Geechee Girl, is that you?
Yeah, hey Ronnie Q.
How you doing?
Good, how about you?
All right, what do you have to add to this?
Well, I just caught the tail end about this guy on Lady Nika's live, but what I have to say is we have to stop letting certain people in because
Mm-hmm.
they get too comfortable. And then when they get comfortable, we want to be mad. No, don't invite them into your spaces.
I can't hear you. I think your phone went out. You still there, Geechee Girl? Hey Lex, your sound went out, Lex. Maybe you need to drop down and come back. Lex, Lex,
We tried to, can you hear me?
Lex, your sound had gone out for a second. You said that we let them get too comfortable and then it went out.
Right. They get too comfortable and then they see and hear things that we may say
Oh, her sound is going in and out. Lex, your sound has gone out again. We don't hear you, Lex. Okay, I'm gonna drop Lex down because her sound went out. So can somebody type in the chat to her that her sound went out and to click the link again? Okay. So yeah, that's exactly kind of where I started from. Why are we letting these people who add nothing to the conversation get on here and try to make us as feel uncomfortable in our own home, think that they Rick James gonna come stick their muddy boots on our white couch and rub their motherfucking feet all in our couch when we don't even put our feet up on our own couch? Hello? So Jay Wilson, so you set your silly ass up there and you let this man try to explain to people who are so dumb. And okay, Geechee Girl is back up again. Hold on. This you, Lex?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard anything that I said.
No, you went out and I dropped you. I was hoping you would come back. So you said we shouldn't let them get comfortable in our space, in our places. That's where you dropped off.
Okay, we shouldn't let
Oh man, you dropped again, Lex. I don't hear you. I don't hear you. She dropped off again. Okay, I don't know what's going on with her phone, but I'm gonna have to kick her from the studio. Somebody write to her to click the link again. Okay, so Jay Wilson comes with this stuff. Well, I didn't hear it, so I'm neutral on the situation. Well, Jay Wilson, let's check this out. Let's get real with you. See, you are delusional, Jay Wilson. If you didn't hear it and you want to stay neutral on the situation, well, then why are you holding a motherfucking panel to have a conversation about the situation? You want to play neutral too. You want to sit up here and let him click your link and give a voice and then further say that people who had a problem with it were ignorant. But maybe the person who is ignorant, Jay Wilson, is yourself. Because if you didn't hear it and you want to have a conversation about it, an educated man would do their fucking homework. That's why you know that you're an abject failure. And it's no wonder you don't have a job in any of the fucking degreed areas in which you want to flaunt these degrees in people's faces, because you're a dumb bitch, Jay Wilson. You don't have anybody having a serious conversation about race when you don't even know what the comment is, Jay Wilson. You act like you didn't know what the fucking word was, Jay Wilson. But let me tell you also, Jay Wilson, what your punk ass didn't hear. You wanted to come out and say that Ronnie Q, said the F word. Oh, and she said the F word, which in meaning a slur for gay homosexual men. You didn't hear me say that, Jay Wilson, because I never said that, Jay Wilson. But you had an opinion, and you decided to put that lie out and saying that I said something as far as using the F word in regards to Duchess Kelly Love, Jay Wilson. You didn't hear that either. But you had a fucking opinion about that, something that did not in fact happen, you motherfucking mangy mutt. How dare you? You are such an opportunist. You're such a motherfucking fucking hog, a motherfucking money dirty slut, motherfucking will have anything and anybody on there just to garner yourself a two pennies to rub together. You disgusting piece of pig slut. Oh, he makes me so sick. Hold on, let me see if Geechee Girl got a mic together. Hey, Geechee Girl, that you?
Um, I want to chime in. Okay, let's be clear. He does not care about anything.
Oh my God, you went out again, Lex. Go ahead, Lex. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to get it together. Okay, her while she talk, if she butts back in. So then you have another person to come up there and ask him, well, what part is a problem when you speak the King's English as opposed to, and you must be from West London or North London or some other part of London. No, you're from a racist part of London, and you thought that you could slip it in, and you sat up there and laughed and did belly laughs on the panel after you said it, and then continued to call people dumb and ignorant. And then when Jay Wilson did in fact give other people the chance to speak after you called people in Jay Wilson's chat who said something against what you were saying, Lord Karma, wrong and ignorant, you got confrontational with the chat. So when you were finally shut up and shut down, and said what you said was people on Ness's panel, all they do is talk over each other, so they're dumb and ignorant. So when Jay Wilson gave other people to speak, what did Lord Karma do? He interjected, he butted in, and he talked over people. So are we to believe that you're not a nignog, Lord Karma, because you did the same thing that you said people on Ness's panel were doing, Lord Karma? No, you're not going to call yourself a nignog because you're not black. You don't consider yourself a nignog because you're not black. And you exhibited the same behavior that you were complaining about that was going on Ness's channel. You motherfucking lying ass piece of racist slur. So anyway, so that's all I have on Jay Wilson as far as him being neutral on the situation. And then the motherfucker close out. Oh, I may come back with this conversation later on. There's nothing else to converse about, baby, because you done fucking lost the whole motherfucking game, motherfucker. Trying to be a motherfucker. Fit in, get in where you fit in, piece of shit. You don't fit in. You a nigga him as well. You don't fit in. And since you don't have any opinion on shit you didn't hear, why did you have such an opinion on me allegedly saying the F word in categorizing it as a gay slur? Like, oh, she said I did not say the F word at all. Where did I say the F word? But you had such an opinion on a lie that you want to put out against a black woman, but you licking up the ass of a racist and giving him room to breathe and lie and further try to explain away the bullshit that he said and using the word nignog. You're such a motherfucking kiss ass, and it's so disappointing that your black parents didn't teach you black love, but they taught you. They were so busy dogging you about that sexuality that you hid in the closet so long. No wonder you hate yourself and everything about yourself. And every time you open up your silly mouth, it shows. You sat up there and let that man argue and fight with people's opinions about his racist statement, and then had the nerves to somebody in the chat said, well, is he going to Juicycation? No, he's not going to Juicycation. See, you know this white man is not supporting you in any of your endeavors, but you set your black ass up there and let him dog talk and dog walk the people in your chat, and then don't turn around. But y'all can go to Juicycation, y'all can get the tickets. See, listen, let me tell you, look, let me tell you something. I wish I would let somebody tell me I can go on Juicycation after sitting up there and letting this man talk to me and my chat any kind of way. But see, if you guys go for it, that's what it is. That's all I got to say about that. Because the shit that goes on around here toward the subscribers is some real fucked up shit that's going on towards the subscribers. And that shit is, the actual nerve of him to then try to sell his Juicycation tickets to you guys after he let up here and let this guy give y'all a tongue lashing after he was the one who said the racist statements. Okay, enough of that fucking clown. Okay, I've been meaning to touch on this several times. I've talked about Jay Wilson several times. So then Uncle Viv gets up there. Well, I tried to tell Lord Kame he had to do this and he had to read the room and he had Vivian, let me read your room, bitch. I heard that you had the fucking gall to try to compare me to you, bitch. You do not, under any circumstances, compare to me. You a motherfucking wannabe bitch, a low self-worth having bitch. By your own admission, you never put yourself first. By our own visuals, you are never put first or expected to for anyone to respect your ass. When you sit up, you watch my video, Pastor, my mother said hi. And he said, oh, well, what were we talking about? Bitch, you don't know what it is to have self-respect. Bitch, don't ever think you can give me no advice, bitch. I am not no low bottom, no low self-worth having bitch. Bitch, are you motherfucking crazy? The way you sit around here and slide on your belly for a motherfucker, bitch, don't hate me because I don't play that bullshit. And don't you ever think you can give me any advice, bitch. You sat up here and told the whole YouTube streets that you was fucking a married man for 30 years. That lets me know that you feel like you ain't worth shit. Bitch, don't ever compare yourself to me, bitch. You want to give Lord Carmen some advice that he didn't take? Well, bitch, how many motherfuckers been around here telling you to shave that big ass mustache off your face? But you ain't take that advice, ho. Don't you ever mention my name and think you gonna try to give me some advice, you bearded bitch. You better go sit your bald head ass down somewhere. I've been meaning to say that about this dumb hoe. Don't you ever. Okay, so what else? Okay, Geechee girl. I do not know what is going on with your phone, but it keeps it keeps cutting off. Um, if you can get another device or it'll get in a different spot, maybe it'll work. Hey, CA Corvette, how you doing? Okay, so who else we have? 7 stars. Okay, let me give 7 stars her due. First of all, I got a good point that I want to give about 7 stars because 7 stars saw some bullshit early on with this next person I'm going to talk about. But 7 stars does not feel that she needs the advice of other people. 7 stars has been offered advice, and 7 stars is going to do her thing her way, and it just is what it is. Of course, no, everybody is not going to do things the way that they think that other people think that it should be done. But 7 stars is bent on doing things her way. So I was in Olivia's room and I heard the conversation. And of course, when we feel a certain kind of way, it's my opinion that we are prickly and we do, if we already feel like we're, I don't know. Okay, if I already feel, I'm not gonna put it on nobody. If I already feel that I've been beat up on, I do not want to feel like anybody else is beating up on me when I go to them and I'm going to put out my story and I'm going to put out a story that's guarding myself not to be further hurt. When you hurt, you always want to get up real quick. It's like slipping on ice in front of a whole audience and shit. You get up real quick and act like you okay, and then when you get out of eye shot of people, you start limping because you done fucked up. But anyway, so what I saw in Olivia's chat was that Seven Stars wanted to give her story and she wanted to let you know that she was okay and that what she was doing as far as whatever phone calls or contact with the family, uh, she was cool with it and she was fine with it. Now, what I saw Olivia do was, state her position from where she is. And Olivia said verbatim, I can't believe you don't have any mothers, any aunties in your life. And I don't think, Olivia, you pause at that point because you are an auntie and your nieces and things may or may not have mothers, but you are an auntie who would tell your nieces and things, different things and how to conduct, maneuver through different romantic situations and what to accept and what not to accept. But at the point that you said that, she did not have a mother or an auntie, Olivia. She did not have that. So, if she is cut from a different cloth than somebody with a tight nuclear family that is out here to guard and protect and teach her different things. So she's coming from a different spot where she feels that she is the only person who is out there to protect herself. And she's doing what she can to protect herself. And we can look at it as right or wrong or whatever. We should not look at it as right or wrong. I feel I can look at it as it's something that I would not do personally. That's how I can look at it. See, because this world is built up of all different types of people, and everybody is not equipped with the things that you have been equipped with to handle the things that life is going to throw at you. That's my only point. And you know, that's it and that's all. A whole lot of people are going to do a whole lot of things. Oh, I'm looking at it as right and wrong. I understand what you're looking at as right and wrong. I'm sorry, but I don't sympathize for her. She's just innately ugly and is skin deep. She's a horrible human being. Okay, so we have a lot of opinions that that are the same about this situation. Forgot all about her family life. She's been through so much. I apologize for being judgmental. Excuse me, hold on. I got a cough. Olivia's up here. Hold on. Let me put up my banner.
Hello?
Hey, that's you, Olivia?
It's me?
Okay, come on. What you got to say?
I didn't get to hear the last part of you said, but as far as seven goes in that thing yesterday, it really was
Mm-hmm.
not all the way about her. It was more about the black manosphere.
True.
And whether she has family or not, she is still a grown woman. She is
Mm-hmm.
36 years old. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is a difference between being judgmental and stating facts. And what I was stating
Mm-hmm.
yesterday was the facts as I know them. Now, if it made people uncomfortable, it's unfortunate, but those are the facts as I know them. It just is what it is.
Well, it just seems like it didn't make me uncomfortable at all. I was in the whole conversation. I wasn't typing in the chat, but
Uh-huh.
I heard the whole conversation, and
Uh-huh.
it made her. get uncomfortable and stuff. But if you're comfortable, see, there's a problem with being
Now
comfortable.
I'm not obsessed with Seven, whoever this Sophie person is. Why you down there cloud chasing for that white boy?
Hold on,
Okay.
Olivia. There's a problem with being comfortable. You see, because people need to be uncomfortable to make changes. If you're
Mhm.
comfortable, you're not gonna make no change. So, and nobody's
Well, I
faulting
agree with
you
that.
if she
I agree.
felt
I agree with
uncomfortable.
uncomfortability makes
Yeah,
changes. So maybe something that I said at the time, maybe she would go back later when she calmed down and think about it, which was my purpose for saying what I
hmm
said to her. Maybe she had never heard that perspective before. See, it's the reason why I say and do everything that I say and do. It ain't just cause.
right,
It's not even about being judgmental. It's just me trying to drop a few gems in your ears. So hopefully you won't make that. Now it's on you what you do because you grown at the end of the day, you
right.
know,
Now,
and
for
hopefully you will consider what it is that I'm saying. Not that she have to do it because she grown, but hopefully you will at least consider,
okay, so
not putting yourself in that kind of situation.
I understand. I understand, totally and completely. Life, some people can heed the warnings of other people. Some people can heed the good advice that other people give them, and some people can have the advice that was given to them in the back head when situations arises where they must make choices. So if
Right,
you don't have a clear voice in your head to
right,
lean upon when you're making the decision to
right.
yay or nay, now it put me in the mind of, I always tell this story when I hear things like that. See,
Uh-huh.
you can hear things and
Hmm.
you cannot listen. When we were a kid, we were getting out of one of these souped up vans, a custom van that one of my uncles had, and my cousins had got out. They were younger than me, and they were like, watch your leg when you're getting out of this van because that pipe is really high. So we getting out of the van and we like taking extra wide steps around it. Now my cousin is out of the van, way out somewhere, and then he hears that and he turns around and he goes to the van and he sticks his leg up against the hot pipe. Got a
Hmm.
third-degree burn. He's in his 50s right now, has the scar on his leg to prove it. So, sometimes we can tell people some things, and sometimes people will not listen, will not heed what you say, and do the abject opposite of what you have suggested to keep them safe. And those
So
are the scars that they're going to have to carry for their life. So
I
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I absolutely agree.
Yeah,
But I felt like not only for her, but perhaps there may have been a lot of females that have not had that conversation that I had and I have had over and over again, especially when it comes to guys like that. So maybe if she didn't get nothing from it, fine. Maybe somebody else did. Like I said, I wasn't just up there saying that stuff for her. The conversation, moreover, was about the black manosphere and how they repeatedly are gunning for black women in particular and have been doing it forever since before I came on the internet. Like I said
hmm
yesterday, I came on the internet battling with these black men because I honestly had never heard black men speak so derogatorily about black women until I started doing videos on YouTube. And it's shocking to me after all these years, people are still falling for this. Black women are still falling for the same thing. And it's unfortunate for me and it's sad. And quite frankly, it's unsafe. And that is the reason for the video yesterday. And I don't
right,
take back nothing that I said because
yeah,
for me, I don't because for me, when it comes to black women and femicide, that's real to me. So if just cause you got mad because I'm telling you a fact or I'm telling you the truth or it's uncomfortable or you think I might have said it too harsh, maybe you will consider, like I said, what I said to you in the future and keep yourself safe. Because that is my goal is not to make you feel comfortable or pat you on the back. My goal is to want you to be safe, to speak
yeah,
something in you that will cause you to move differently in your life. Because
and
there are
and
a lot of bad people in this world that do a lot of bad things to people. I'm not worried about no patting nobody on the back. I'm worried about your life.
yeah, and like, yeah, we have to
So I don't
understand.
apologize for that. I
No,
don't.
nobody's asking you to. I was just giving my
Right.
opinion on what I heard about the conversation. And see,
Right.
the whole point of the matter is, like, in that whole scenario that I gave you about my cousin, only
Uh-huh.
one person got burned. Everybody else fared through that situation based upon the warning and the forewarning that they were given. So,
Right.
if one person chooses to get burned, that they're gonna have to live with that situation. And
And you're
then the next
absolutely
time
right.
they hear, "Don't put your leg, don't touch that hot pipe," they're gonna
Yeah.
stay far away from it.
Some
So
people have to learn the hard way. I agree, but like I said, maybe it's somebody that had never heard that conversation before, and maybe that sparked something in them that will make them want to move differently. Because like
now,
I said, at the end of the
now,
day, we are all adults. If I could just finish, we are all adults, and that is simply my commentary. Those are my views. You don't have to, a person doesn't have to agree with it. And you're not supposed. Everybody's not supposed to agree with it because those are my opinions. But if my opinions can help somebody, that does it for me, even if it's just one person. Moreover, that is my
now,
goal.
this thing about the other relatives that are getting involved into this situation,
Mhm.
you know, I don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree with that. You
What other
know,
relation?
the calling of the relatives and all of this type of stuff, I
No, I
really do not agree with that. So
have nothing to do
I
with
I definitely, yeah, I definitely don't agree with that. Now it was a person in her chat the other day. I think it was the same live after she went live with you, telling her to call her job, to call your job, call your job, call your
it.
job.
It don't
So,
have nothing to do with
no,
me.
no, it don't have nothing to do with you.
Mm.
No, it was like, and then she said that this person was the ex-wife of or the wife of the man, not ex-wife of the man. And see,
Mhm.
sometimes, I mean, at some point, what you're doing, thinking that you're doing something bad to others, may be the thing that puts you in a bind. That's going, maybe that is, maybe it's going to have to take some type of action, that's diverse to her, other than embarrassment. Like when a company does something to you, what do you do? What do you do when you want to show a company or a corporation who does some fuck shit to you? You hit them in the pockets. So maybe that is the only thing that it's going to stop her, because you have somebody in her chat talking about her job, and nobody wants to, have their job being talked about behind some YouTube stuff. But it is what it is. You gave her the advice you could give her. It wasn't about all that. It was about the character of the Manosphere people. And that whole situation is just what she wanted to be. And so we'll just view it and see how it comes out in the end. You know,
But I really wanted to talk about this UK weirdo. That's why I was trying to click the link.
okay, go ahead.
And I've been hearing what's been going on. And the reason why I didn't do a video about it, because I've done a video about these people before, and so I really just wanted to sit back and see what other people had to say about it. And I did see Jay Wilson's video. And for me, when they're talking to this Sophie person, um, because she had in the chat, or he had in the chat, that, well, this karma person is from the South UK and we're from the North, and we talk. Honey, white
Mm,
supremacy racism is global. Okay,
mm,
if that had not been a derogatory term used against black people, number one, very frequently, probably for a long time, it wouldn't have made it to Merriam-Webster. So it don't matter how much you try to explain away what the man said. He said it. He just said it. And he said it in a way that he meant it. Okay.
yeah.
I heard
Mhm.
Jay Wilson's track. He was very they wanted to overtalk Jay Wilson. That's that whole entitlement issue that they have. He had to think about it and came back and come back and then give a weak apology. I'm not. We y'all know how I feel about the. I call even
To
terrorism.
anybody it offended, no, apologize for using your um apologize for using your offensive language. It's not to anybody it offended. I apologize for being offensive to black people.
Well, why don't he apologize for being an Edomite? What and a Neanderthal? But I'm not even gonna go to this. It's not my channel.
Well,
But
let me tell you something. That other guy who was on there from London, who was talking about you must be from here, you must be from there. Somebody came up and they were like, are you black? The other guy from England, he was a black person, and he said he would never
well,
use
he
that
said he
term.
was a black person. But how do we know?
But he also said he would never use that term. So I don't
Uh-huh.
care if he was or wasn't a black person. He was saying the right thing, that he would
Uh-huh.
never use that term under any circumstances, no matter where he's from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so to make it mean silly or unskilled, you would have to go all the way back to the 17th century. So we are to believe that Lord Carmen has his white ass over here in the beef sector for entertainment, using the word from the 17th century. Get the fuck out of my face. He meant exactly what the UK
Right. Well,
slang
and
of
the
the
fact that the
word
guy was trying to explain it away,
is.
that's what made me side eye him as well. But that's just my opinion. I
Mhm,
have a different view about racism. When
mhm.
it comes to these Esau's, and I don't care about them. I don't care what they think. I don't care what they how they feel. I don't care. And for people to let me take this back. I was
Oh,
disappointed at Jay Wilson's reaction. I was disappointed at ZT's reaction. I was disappointed that Brian was more concerned about going back and forth with ZT after ZT said it was all right for the UK dude to use the N word because he was talking about Brianna or he was talking about Ness. These are black women. You are a black man. You all are black men. So really, like, what is that saying about y'all? See, I don't be worried about the petty stuff, especially when it comes to a conversation like this, because it's real to me. Do you see what I'm saying? And then I don't understand how you can be good with that, because everything else should have came to a halt when y'all found out what the word meant. Because you should
yeah.
feel insulted and disrespected. And the fact that you don't feel a way about that says a lot about you.
Exactly. And the only thing that insults certain people is when you talk about their sexuality. But trust and believe, ain't nobody looking at your sexuality. They looking at you as a black person. They want to get some people, not everybody, some people want to get all offended about their sexuality when a motherfucker targeting you for being black ain't looking at your sexuality as number one thing.
And
And
can you tell me who exactly you people is? I've always wondered that. Who is you people?
you niggas, that's who you people are.
You
You
mean us
niggas actually play.
melanated people
You don't
because
know
they're
who
not
you
fully,
people are.
or are they talking
Exactly.
about us melanated, fully formed human beings? Is that what
No,
they mean by
they're
you
talking
people?
about
I'm
black people.
confused.
They're talking about black people. You're not confused. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
who they're talking about.
us fully formed human beings, right? Because we know that a large percentage of them have Neanderthal DNA. So I'm just trying to figure out who exactly is you people, because clearly it's not them, but that's just me. But anyway, continue. Mhm.
It must be the people who giving them a platform to breed and try to explain their insults that were made to you and try to make it palatable for the host so they can sit up somewhere else and talk about you people ad nauseum. That's who you people are.
And
The
then I
ones who
didn't even know who the guy
entertain
was at
people.
first. He dropped down in my chat when I was doing a video talking about Esau and the Edomites. I had to go back and figure out who he was, but now I understand a little bit. I understand he used to be with Jay Dunn and Ness before they got into it, and whoever else. I don't really know, but the fact that you would drop down in my chat like you was somebody, you clearly ain't been in this sector long. You clearly don't know who I am, but he quickly learned, because I don't suffer those people. So I don't even understand what that was. Did he think I was gonna act like Jay Wilson? Because I'm confused.
Okay, and yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know if you guys are aware that
Well, let
some
me
so
just say
many.
this.
Hold on, Miss Olivia.
Let
Hold
me
on, Miss
say this.
Olivia.
Something
Hold on, Miss Olivia. I
okay.
don't know if you guys are aware that this past Sunday there was a white nationalist march on Washington, which
What?
they were they were chauffeured by the DC police. See, it's not like they are just doing this. They
Mhm.
have police protection. The police
Yep.
escorted this group of 150 white nationalists in Washington D.C. Uh,
Mhm.
so this is
Mhm.
state
Mhm.
sponsored terrorism in my
Yeah.
own judgment,
Uh-huh.
because the
Mhm.
Department of Justice has already said that white nationalist groups are the greatest threat to America at this point. But you have
Yes,
your
absolutely.
Washington D.C. police escorting this
Mhm.
racist group through
Yeah.
Washington D.C. while
Mhm.
they're talking about "Take America Back" with their American flags hung upside down, and
Mhm.
also, go ahead, Miss Olivia.
I said I absolutely agree, but which brings me back to my point. Why would black men sit over there and wax poetic with this racist? I don't care if you're across the pond or not, because racism is global. Do you see what I'm saying? And then when it comes to black people, it seems like some black people always have to treat these people with kid gloves. See, I'm not that type of person. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't
Yeah,
care. You know
yeah,
why I don't care?
they
You
always
know,
want
but
some
can I tell you why I don't care?
proximity to whiteness.
I don't
They
care because they
always
don't care
want to
about
be
me or my
accepted.
people.
They think the white man water is colder, especially if it's foreign from somewhere else. But they don't think that a foreign black person, because they despise everything about their own blackness.
Pretty much. That's all I heard yesterday on that panel. That's what I heard. For any black
Well,
person
no, no. You talking about Breeze panel or Jay
no,
Wilson's
I'm
panel?
talking about Jay Wilson's panel. I didn't hear
Oh,
Bree's panel.
oh,
But
okay.
anybody that's standing behind that guy and trying to treat him with kid gloves and trying to nigga explain for him and whatever else Anglo is over here that they doing it for, you have to consider why you hate yourself. Okay, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, and let me show you
In my
this.
opinion, I just
Uh, According to a study released in March, the American Defamation League, there has been a 38% increase in white supremacist propaganda efforts in the U.S., the highest number
exactly.
ever recorded by the organization.
Even
So,
more, even
people think,
pre,
excuse me, Miss
even
Olivia,
we talking about
excuse
even
me,
pre civil rights. Let me
Miss
tell you,
Olivia,
let me tell you on something.
Miss Olivia,
Even
Miss
worse,
Olivia, hold on.
it's worse in pre civil rights era, Ronnie Q, because of this internet. It is we are so closely connected now. That is why the rates are so much higher.
Excuse me, Miss Olivia. And see, that's why people need to take this seriously.
Yes.
People think that we're just out here like trying to look for something to be offended by. But see, the fact of the matter is this shit is real. And this group that marched on Washington is a cut off from that group that marched in South Carolina, uh, in Charlotte, Virginia, where a number of far right members marched in Charlotte, and where that one guy ran over that anti protester and took her life. See, these are the people. So they just changed their name, but they're using the same tactics, and they're also part of a group that can get together quickly and get a group of people together quickly to stage these demonstrations against they used to do it at Planned Parenthoods. They do it at gay pride festivals. They get them together quickly to get on their masks. And this is nothing but the modern day Klan. They let them march around in their flag, and they have police protecting them in their marches. Whereas you marching for your rights not to be killed by said police, you're getting beaten and battered, and charges pressed against you.
Did
But
you hear
these
what they did
people,
to them two black men in Mississippi? Those 6 or 7 police officers. I put that
yes,
video on my
yes,
community.
yes, they also sexually assaulted them.
Yeah, and said because they was messing with white women. That's why they
Yes,
did it.
hmm because they
That's
were
really
messing with white women.
pre civil rights era
And
actions that they're doing now. Yeah.
and you got these people out here giving these people who are bold enough to call you nigga on your panel room to breathe. and you don't you neutral on the situation because you didn't hear it, but you heard it happen. Do you believe it happened? Yeah, you believed it happened, but you neutral because you didn't hear it. No, you neutral because you a Tom ass nigga. That's why you neutral.
Well, I don't even understand how any black person can be neutral when it comes to those people, because you should be black first. It is in your best interest, especially at this point in time in this country, because they're coming for you. And if
Exactly.
you're so worried about being politically correct that it's gonna make you lose your life because you're
Mm-hmm.
too worried about calling these fools. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
don't worry about calling them because they don't worry about calling me. I don't care. I don't care when somebody calls me racist, even though according to Murray Rips, I can't. I can be prejudiced. I'm prejudiced. See, I'll be right. I'll be anything they want me to be. What I'm not gonna be is stupid. And what I'm not gonna be is a victim to them because I don't give a fuck, just like they don't give a fuck. Okay?
Hey, and another thing. Hey, are you guys familiar with the Senator Tommy Tuberville from Alabama, saying we need to get out the white extremists, white nationalists, people that don't believe in our agenda as Joe Biden's agenda. They're destroying it. Speaking of the white supremacists, Tommy Tuberville opinion is, let me see.
What about the
Hold
fact
on,
that they
hold
don't
on,
even
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, Olivia. Tommy Tuberville is he says that as far as white supremacists go, well, we call them white supremacists, but we'll call them, you can call them that, but I call them Americans. That's what he's saying when people are mentioning that they need to get white supremacists and white nationalists out of the military. Do you believe they should allow white nationalists in the military? His response was, well, they call them that, but I call them Americans. But when it comes down to our black men, you call them thugs and gangsters and this, that, and the other, and they can be on their way to and from work. But if they get caught in a traffic stop, pulled out of the car, and get beaten within an inch of their life, y'all call them thugs on the news and try to make them seem like they're something that they're not. If they have a jaywalking ticket, you plastering it up in front of the news to explain that he deserved to get treated the way he got treated. And then you got a sitting senator saying that he want white nationalists and white supremacists in the military. Okay?
get there.
Oh, of course they're in there, but you don't have nobody outwardly saying like, yes, we're recruiting them to be in there. We call them Americans, but the
They
same black people in the military are having to live with the racism and being not promoted and not getting their money as if from promotions and things like that. They have to live under this repression that they're recruiting in the military. They are getting bold with their racism in America today, is my whole point. And you got dummies on here sitting up entertaining this type of stuff and letting this motherfucker try to excuse away the bullshit he said.
Well, there
Go
is
ahead.
no excuse. The black people have, we know for a fact that they have been abused when it comes to them joining the military. What did the people used to say? A black man ain't got no place in the military, in a white man's army. They're saying that for a reason. They're the same patty rollers that they roll out that used to roll out for the '60s during the civil rights protests. Them the same ones. They
Yeah.
ain't.
And when they sent the black soldiers over to Germany in World War I, W.E. Du Bois went over there and had to give them encouragement because the United States came out with letters to the highest officials in France to tell them, do not treat the American black soldiers as you treat the white soldiers, because if you do, we're going to have problems with them coming over here, coming back home thinking that they have self-worth. They are not equal to them. Do not commend them like you would a white soldier. do not do not sit with them, do not eat with them. That but they wanted you, they still want your body out there to fight their wars, but they don't even want you to be treated like a human being in your country. And then if they hear about you being treated like a human being in a country that you're over there fighting, they tell that country not to treat you like a human being when you're fighting to save their asses.
That's why I say
Secret
white
letters.
supremacy is global. It's in
Exactly.
it's global. The whole world hates melanated people.
I did a
Everybody.
story on that. I did a story on that, and I showed the letters, the secret letters that were put out about exactly what they were telling the Germans and the French of how to treat the black soldier.
Mhm. Well, they didn't have to
So
tell the
it's in the
Germans anything because do you know during World War II also that Hitler sent his commanders to America to see how they treated black people, and they went back to their country and started doing some of the same things that they did to us to the Jewish peoples over there.
yeah. That's how you got soldiers
That's how deep
ended
it
up
is.
staying
And
in
also
Europe.
do experiments on black people, melanated people, because there are a lot of German born black people due to World War I, and them race mixing, them soldiers race mixing with them German women and them French women and stuff. So they were extracting those mixed children
Mhm.
and putting them in those concentration camps as well.
Yeah, and that was one of the things they didn't want. Do not accept black soldiers mixing with white women because they're gonna think they can come home and do that. And let me show you something else that is a big problem. And see, a lot of people don't think, oh, well, it can't happen. You see, if people would shut the fuck up and quit memorizing the fucking storylines and bullshit that's going on in the B sector, you see that what is going on in the state of Florida. Everybody want to talk, oh, we Florida bitches. You Florida bitches. Okay, you Florida
Do
bitches.
they see what
Florida,
DeSantis is doing?
Florida has a new law that prohibits public colleges from spending state or federal money on DIE. What is Okay. DIE. These programs offer the six colleges in increasing student and faculty diversity, which means it can apply to race and ethnicity as well as sexual orientation, religion, and socioeconomic statuses. So they just signed a law into place that will
Next
prevent
minute.
any colleges from receiving federal and state money. And it also forbids colleges from offering general education courses, those that are required for curriculums for all college students that distort in parentheses significant historical events, teach identity politics, or are based on theories that systematic racism, sexism, and oppression or privilege are inherent in the institutions of the United States, which we are created to maintain social, political, or economic inequalities. So what he's saying is you cannot correctly teach history. You cannot correctly say that the structures of the United States is inherently racist. See, they came at the elementary school kids by taking us books out of the library, telling public school kids that they're teaching critical race theory in the elementary schools and the high schools and stuff. But in true fact, critical race theory is a higher education, a master's degree program. So now what has he done? He has taken it out of colleges. You can teach it, but if you teach it, your college is not going to get state funds or federal funds.
Well,
See,
he backdoored it.
so
At the front of it, he's wanting to make people think he's just talking about the issue that he has with gay people, but he
mhm,
slipped that little issue in about color and
mhm.
race. He slipped that in under that.
So
That is the scoop,
so
you
what
know.
is DEI? Diversity, equality, and inclusion. He wants to eliminate that. If you teach anything about diversity, equality, focus on the family and justice, particularly referring to the compensation of whether people are being paid or treated fairly. That is what equity means. If people are being you to teach, if people are getting paid fairly, if your house is selling at the same market value as your white next door neighbors, and how people have lost wealth in all of these redlining practices that are still being practiced today. But no, you can't teach that. Diversity refers to the representation people from variety of background, particularly referring to people of different races, genders, sexual orientation, disability, religions, and more. So, they want the Christian religion is okay, but goddamn it, these Muslims, if you practice Muslim, if you practice Judaism, no, you don't get the same protection. You only get the protection that he says that are truly American. Is his words. Truly American. Inclusion is about whether people feel like they belong or whether they feel heard or valued in an organization. We don't give a fuck if you feel heard or valued. We're not bending our racism like Tesla has a history, and people winning lawsuits hands over fist about them just walking through that company calling their black employees niggas all the time. No, we don't care about that. We don't care about diversity and inclusion. So people sitting up here thinking that it's all good and shit while you're not paying attention. These people are inciting laws and stuff. And why should we be worried about Ron DeSantis if we don't live in Florida? Because Ron DeSantis is the number 2 Republican front runner in the race if Donald Trump don't keel over after all these charges that he has against him. Perhaps hit the link again. You fell off. And another thing that it needs to vote, it needs the power, it needs this. Okay, you see, he already turned that back, but DeSantis is supposed to sign a bill that would exempt him from Florida's resign to run law so that he won't have to give up his office in order to run for president. So there is a law on the Florida books. Hold on one second. Babs, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Hold on one second. There's a law in the Florida books that says if you're running for president, you have to give out whatever office that you're running from. But Ron DeSantis says, no, I'm going to just wipe that law off the book. Ron DeSantis is a tyrant. Ron DeSantis is going to keep his job as governor, and he's going to run for president. So you
Ron
think
DeSantis
this
is a fucking fascist, okay?
you think this
Hitler. That's what he
think this shit can't happen to you, and you sitting over there talking about you some Florida hoes. See, this is what you Florida hoes are living up under. Jay Wilson is from Florida, coincidentally also. So you motherfuckers talk about Florida while you sitting up there talking about motherfucking crab legs and shit. The motherfuckers cutting the legs from up under your ass. Get the fuck out of here. This is what's going on. We entertaining bullshit.
Absolutely. I think that a lot of black people, not all, I think that a lot of black people really put themselves in a bubble. I can tell by the way the conversations go on here that some of these black people don't have a lot of interaction with white people, for whatever reason, or they don't want to face the reality of who it is that they're dealing with, or it may be some kind of fear, and they may not even realize. I don't. If you don't see me as equal, then I don't see you as equal. See, my issue is when it comes to black people, some of them, they will bend over backwards to please them Anglos, even if they got to stab their own people in the back. But then you got people like Ron DeSantis taking your voting rights away from you, and your whatever else rights he can take away from you. Is because he wants to be a Hitler,
a dictator. Okay? He wants to be a dictator.
And the thing is, he could absolutely win. He could absolutely be our next president of the United States. And if that little bit that he's doing in Florida, if he's the president of the United States, can you imagine what is going to befall us then?
And then this bill also imposes new sweeping voter restrictions in the state that will make it much harder for nonprofits to do voter registration drive. So he's making it harder for people to vote. At the same time, he's doing what he wants to do as far as him running. And he also signed a bill last week that will shield records related to his travel from public view. You're not going to be able to see that he got flown in to some billionaire or some special interest or some PAC group to or you're not going to be able to see that they're paying for all the shit that you see Clarence Thomas and all these Supreme Court justices, all these perks and shit that they getting flown in to do. And then go running for president, you see he's a dictator who you see he is not for black people, but you sitting up dumb motherfuckers talking about they don't vote. Like, get the fuck out of here. This motherfucker is very dangerous.
This guy put in your chat, whoever says, I'm Somali and I don't see half of these idiotic black people as my equal. That's very interesting.
Yeah, somebody trolling.
Miles, can you take care of that? I didn't see it, but go ahead, Babs. Go ahead. What do you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah, the only thing that I wanted to say is this whole conversation and the the conversation y'all are having about Ron DeSantis and people not particularly caring because they don't think that the things that he's doing are going to impact him. First of all, they're not limiting what they're doing to Florida. It's happening all throughout the South, in Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Alabama.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. And then secondly, they stacked the Supreme Court when Trump was in office. So they're going to pass a whole lot of different they're going to overturn a whole bunch of legislation. It's been this is the culmination of policies and an agenda that's been in place for decades, And so it's not anything that's going to stop with DeSantis or Trump or any of them people.
Barack Obama. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Mm.
No, you're right. You're right. They were trying to do it since Barack Obama and before him. Yeah. And so it's like it's nothing that just limited it to, oh, Trump is out of office, we don't have to worry. Trump was minuscule. Trump is the least of the problems that we have,
Yep. See what Trump did. Trump did. He tenderized like a meat tenderizer, poked the holes in all the areas that can be penetrated, and let you see how far people would go, what people would allow to be done to them, and not say a word, just go along to get along. So that's what Trump did.
That's what I was trying to get out. You have all these young people talking about, we're not our ancestors and all of this sort of stuff, right? Y'all not y'all ancestors, but literally everything that they want to do, they've been doing right under your noses, and you've done nothing to stop it.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Education, and the problem is that no, they're not their ancestors, but that's part of the problem. They should be their ancestors.
Exactly.
Everything.
They should be our those freedom fighters, but they're not.
Excuse me, Olivia. But the thing about it is, see, these people ain't never had to fight for anything.
Right.
They were born into it. They are so removed from it, like their grandparents are not instilling the stories into them. They don't have time to hear this because they so busy want to fit in, letting their friends call them niggas and all this shit. Oh, they can use the word because it's in this song. All of these, like, they don't get it.
Or, the one that I read today, I'm not going to say where I read it. Somebody was like, oh, well, we say all sorts of stuff to each other. But now when white people say X, Y, and Z, we want to be sensitive. We look insensitive to everybody else. I'm like, who are you trying to prove you're not sensitive to? What do we have to prove to anybody?
Nothing.
Hey, power to the people.
You're supposed to feel a way about somebody getting on a predominantly black platform and saying a word like nignog. That means nigger. Like, so what? You not supposed to feel a way about that?
Apparently not. We can't show that we don't like stuff.
Okay.
We can't show that we don't want to be disrespected. So he had said something previously on a different platform on SKs. He was like, such and such was a manky who or something. Of course, I thought that he was saying a monkey. So I went up there and I was asking him what he said. He said it was X, Y, and Z. It's like he's been playing around with words. Up until he actually said the word.
They don't expect us American black people.
Oh, you talking about Lord Karma?
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they don't expect American black people to know that they're saying derogatory things about us. But what I found interesting was I'm glad whoever did decided to Google search that word first. Good for them. Good for them, because that's how they try to play. They want to call you these names and stuff and make these slick side comments like you are too unintelligent to
Yeah.
realize what it is that they saying about
Yeah,
you.
the Mankey word was actually not racial, but that stuff that he said yesterday was absolutely a
Yes, it
racial
was.
pejorative.
Yes, it was.
And
Yeah,
you're
And
not
then
he's
you
gonna
see
play in
all
people's
those people in
faces.
Jay Wilson's. Like I said, I watched Jay Wilson's video, and there was a whole bunch of them down there being real racist, being real howdy about themselves on a black man's channel.
that he allowed it, and he
He
allowed it.
allowed it. He
Yeah.
absolutely allowed it. Yes.
So that's what I wanted to talk about Jay Wilson. Babs, anything else you want to add about?
No, just I wish people wouldn't be so complacent as far as the government goes. That's the stuff that really matters. Is we have children and grandchildren, nieces, nephews, all of that who we're trying to usher into this world. We need to make sure that we do what we can to make
That's
sure
right.
they're in as equal a world as they can be. You know?
That's right.
Exactly.
You're
You are
absolutely right.
definitely right.
What they
Thank
need to
you.
do is start telling them the truth, okay?
Yeah.
Because these young black people that they trying to take out, this is your defense, okay? Those young black people that they want to demonize and call thugs and all this and all that, those are your warriors, okay? But you let
Hmm.
these white folks kill them, and they know why they killing them, because they don't want them to rise up. They are comfortable with you when you are gay, or
They
you are
are
docile,
they
or
are
you are meek.
comfortable. They are comfortable with the meek male. They are comfortable with the effeminate male. They
That's
are
right.
comfortable
But
with
see,
the,
here's the
the
thing that gets on my
They're
nerves.
comfortable
excuse
with
me,
people
excuse
being
me, hold on.
ignorant is what they're comfortable with.
Excuse
They
me.
comfortable with
That's
people
right.
not knowing.
Excuse
Here's
me.
here's
Let me
my issue though. If
excuse me.
you
Let me excuse me. Can I finish my thought? They
Of
are
course.
very comfortable with pushing these effeminate black men. They do not want to have strong black men. They are, and that is why there is a stereotype against these people as if they are criminals. That's why they criminalize the strong black man. They make the strong black man appear as if a black man who you must fear going to do some criminal act to you, as opposed to being a strong black man who is going to defend his family and his pride and his rights as a American citizen.
Can I say
Okay.
one thing to that point? Even
into
in the civil rights era, when people were, actually doing rather than just, doing social media activism,
right.
even the effeminate black men, even people
That's
like maybe
right.
James
Thank you.
Baldwin or
Thank
whatever
Eh,
you.
were still
Yes.
active. They were
That's
still
what I want
active
to
and they were
say.
still speaking out.
Exactly.
yes, they
Exactly.
were. Yeah, they were.
Exactly.
But that's not true of the men today. That's not true of the men today. I understand what you're saying, James Baldwin, Dick Gregory, who was the other one? A lot of effeminate black men were out there
County
doing it.
Cullen,
Who?
County Cullen, he was a Harlem Renaissance poet.
Oh, I didn't know
He, there,
about him.
yeah, there were a lot, and
Yeah,
people just need, yeah. We overall we just need to do more. I'm disappointed in us
we need to do
overall, but
better.
it is what it is. Yeah,
We
we
need
need
to
to do
do
better.
better.
But I'm gonna get off of here.
Yeah. Thank you, Babs. I appreciate you for joining me. If you guys hit the like button, if you like this conversation, I did not mean to turn it into this whole conversation, but this is the whole conversation about what you see somebody up there letting somebody take over their panel with a bunch of bullshit and then play naive, but want to tout all the degrees that they have. Get the fuck out of my face with that dumb shit.
Well,
Anyway, Olivia.
I just wanted to say, kind of piggyback off of what she said. Just because you are gay and you are black, it doesn't mean that you are meek or you are humble. Because if you are black in the United States of America, you ought to be black first, gay, straight, or however you wanna, deal with. Just it don't have nothing to do with what's going on with your people. So if you are choosing to be meek and humble when they are trying to kill you, especially if you are a black man. Because when they stop you, the police stop you in the middle of the night while you're trying to go somewhere, they're not gonna ask you if you gay and effeminate first. They're just gonna kill you because you a black man. And so I don't understand how they could take those some gay men, not all, can take, those things lying down. That is beyond me. And so I just don't, and even if you're not gay, if you are a straight black man and you are meek and you are humble and you are not standing up for your people, what is wrong with you?
Hmm. Yeah, and it was another black gay guy who was big in the movement. It's just I'm not saying that there's no soft small bone men in the movement, but I'm just saying that they do that like sociology experiment on our black men nowadays, and they always want you see women in the parking lot, you see people in stores, you see you like my husband is over 6 feet tall, big black man, bald head, and when he goes certain places, he be like, "Let me put my glasses on, so they won't think I'm a thug." He lives with this. He lives with having to not have to be under pressure of people treating him a fucked up kind of way because he's a tall, big black man with a big, strong head, like not fat, just, like, oh, I would really have to billy club this nigga down if I wanted to hurt him. People look at our strong black men in such a negative way, and such a way that they are a danger to their being. So, it's just a lot of shit that goes into being a black man nowadays.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and they,
That's why I don't believe, and I can't respect you if you are bowing your head or being or making yourself seem like you making yourself uh feeling like you have to come off as is not intimidating because you are a black man. You should be proud of who you are, no matter what, no matter
yeah,
the circumstance.
look, she
I'm
said
not born
small
again. I
small
can't
black men
respect
get
you.
treated the same way. She said
It's
small black
yeah.
men get treated. Yeah,
When it comes to these young people, you have to teach them who they are. You have to teach them pride and self respect. You have to teach them not to bow down and take a back seat. It ain't cool for your white friend, your associate, to say the word nigga in a song just because you saying it. That's still not cool. That's still disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I got it. So I'm gonna move on to the next topic. I'm gonna finish out the comments on this, and you want to have last words, Olivia, on this topic?
No,
Hey,
no, I'm
Liz.
going to get down, but thank you. But that's really what I came up to. I didn't even feel
Yeah,
like, but I guess my last word was be. I was listening all day. Reason why I didn't fire up a video to talk about it in particular is because everybody know what I think about the situation when it comes to those Edomites, and it just is what it is. I don't apologize for what I say about them because I mean what I say, and I really could say more, but I don't, and I don't care what they think. That's my last word on it.
I
And I
appreciate you coming up.
anyway,
I
thank
I
you.
really appreciate the conversation, the good conversation as usual with you. Have a good day, Miss Olivia.
Bye bye.
All right. So the last thing I want to talk about is another clown that has been propped up, and we have to understand that when we're propping people up who are really dangerous liars. So this uppity Negro goddess was propped up in this sector as somebody who was entertaining. I don't know what anybody found entertaining about her. I was propped up, and until it was possible that she affected somebody's bottom line by actually saying the F word numerous of times, even after she was told not to say it, even after she was told it could put somebody's page in jeopardy. See, it's not until she affects your money coming in that there's a problem with somebody who sits up, who is obviously mentally ill, who thinks that she is a elitist, some type of just a whole clown show that they entertained with this person who act as if she was better than a working woman who has who says she retired at the age of 21 after working from the age of 18 to 21, who admitted that she didn't go to college, but she is have so much better standing or standards than the working woman. Now, there was an incident where Joanna, when somebody fell asleep on their page, didn't give a shit enough about anything on her page, but well, maybe we'll call it passed out on her page for hours. Joanna sat up there and entertained her chat guests for said alcoholic or addict. And so, what do Joanna get in return? Joanna gets a whole ranting and raving from this lunatic who lives on public assistance about who she is, how she is stupid to have a one job for 26 years when the average American has over right now has to get over 13 jobs over their lifetime. So she's ragging somebody who has a job for over 26 years. And see, what the real crux of the matter was that this welfare queen had the actual nerves to say that Joanna, who has worked on her job for 26 years, who also has a side business making money, making beautiful things by hand, she actually had the nerves to say that Joanna docked somebody when she sent the gift. See, but what she is doing is, see, that is very dangerous, and that is very telling. She tried to fuck with Joanna's money, but you had no problem with it until she started coming on your channel saying the F word, and everybody is supposed to be overly offended about her saying the F words when gay people on here call each other that all the time. But you can be offended by what you want to be offended by. You can take off your panel who you want to take off, but you sat up there and let her mess with a black woman's money and act like you couldn't understand what the problem was. I didn't get it. Joanna, what did you do? It was to the point where Joanna got to the point where, well, she talked about my kids. No, Joanna, she fucked with your money. She said that you dox people to send them their shit. That's what she did to you, Joanna. That's how it all started, Joanna. It wasn't about your kids. She said that you was taking people information when you were selling your goods to fuck up your business, Joanna. That was the motherfucking problem. A motherfucker who can't create shit but a turd in the motherfucking toilet was sitting up here trying to throw salt in your motherfucking business, Joanna. That was the motherfucking problem, Joanna. God damn. But you notice when she started messing up the next bitch money, shit, that bitch is good, gone, and goodbye. Like the fuck out of here. Pushing these motherfucking imbeciles off on somebody as if these hoes are so entertaining. The fuck out of my face with this shit. And this bitch was pushed on panels, panel after panel after panel after panel. You know what that hoe actually said about me? I don't let her on my panel. I don't let her in my chat. This motherfucking bitch, and this is what I want to thank 7 stars for. This motherfucking bitch had the nerve to say, oh, I don't deal with Ronnie Q since she pulled out them guns and was flashing guns. Like, bitch, are you serious? You ain't never seen me. She actually said that I pulled out guns and was flashing guns. See, that's a very dangerous person, a very dangerous lie. And then nothing was said about that by the channel holder, but this is what I want to thank 7 stars for, because 7 stars got into it with that bitch, and she said, just like you told that lie on Ronnie Q that she pulled guns out and she was flashing guns. Ronnie Q ain't never flashed no guns. And then she got, well, she was putting gun emojis in the chat. That's just what I mean. Bitch, no, that ain't what you meant, because it ain't no gun emojis in the motherfucking chat. Nor is that what you said. You said I was pulling guns. See, that is some type of slanderous shit that tries to ruin people's reputation and by a bitch who don't have no reputation to live off of, but you guys are putting this trash up here like it's entertainment. And now you mad that your fucking bottom line is affected by this motherfucking dunce asshole. Oh, anyway, that's all I got to offer on that. And that's the um oh, Judge Mathis. Okay. The Judge Mathis situation. Oh, and this is this dumpity bitch right here who says that she's well taken care of, sitting up here with two bellies, and the second belly is midway her thighs. And those are thighs. About you can't tell because the knee to thigh ratio is like a half inch apart. See, this is a bitch who is so pampered and well taken care of and is retired at the age of 21, never having a college job, but work white collar jobs. Bitch, yeah, every motherfucking JP Morgan Chase, every big bank in New York City have a motherfucking desk that the people must sign in on. Yeah, those are white collar jobs, but they have motherfuckers like you to pass the clipboard to the people who are entering the building. That must be what a bitch, an uneducated bitch was calling a white collar job. Okay, so enough of that hoe. Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about that Judge Mathis situation. I hear a lot of people thought that Judge Mathis take real court cases. I do know the last I heard that Judge Mathis take court cases that have actually been small claim court cases that have been actually filed. So I'm not sure of what happened with this 5A QB situation, and I hear that some people feel that while they may have been on QB on TV, QB still has a judgment. These judgments and decisions are actually filed, for real on you. So if you read the credits afterwards, it says both participants are paid from a fund, and where they give both participants the same amount of money. So somebody was talking about they were disappointed that they thought Judge Mathis was real. I think they do. I think a lot of the cases are real, and some of the cases are filler cases. So I'm not sure what that case where 5A and QB was on the show for, but I wanted to know if you guys have heard about this real case on Judge Mathis where I'm going to share my screen with you. And this is just one of two cases that I've heard of on Judge Mathis let me share my screen. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Where a woman appeared on Judge Mathis with her son, and the son, after the show, he lost his case. So after the show, this occurred. This is a mother and a son, and I do remember this show myself. Let me.
Parents will be in a real courtroom, not one on TV. He's accused of killing his mother after they went on the Judge Mathis show. CBS 2 Inland Empire reporter Greg Mills tells us what the dispute was all about.
Barbette Harmon confronts her son Trey on the Judge Mathis show. Weeks later, Barbette is dead, and Trey facing murder charges.
Yes, I'm shocked. We all are shocked.
On the Judge Mathis show, Barbette trying to collect thousands of dollars her son Trey owes her.
Your Honor, I'm here because I love my son, and he needs some help. He's caused me a lot of headache, heartache, stress, pain, and a lot of suffering.
She makes it seem like I'm this sex-crazed kid, like oh man, I gotta look at porn all the time. Or if I can't, see porn, my whole day is messed up.
Yeah, so I just wanted to share a little bit of that story with you guys. This story is real. Inland Empire. This happened in California, and I do remember this story. But I was actually trying to find a different story.
I do have goals in life, Your Honor, and I'm about to be starting school in January. Everybody is amazed because they know the boys. They're respectful, manable young men. These are not young men that are out gangbanging, doing drugs. They are not like that.
On the show, Trey accuses Barbette of lying. Judge Mathis awards her the money and replies,
your mother is lying. That's how you refer to your mother. Let me get you out of here. You calling your mother a lie. I hope all the women in your city see this show so they'll know to stay as far away from you as possible. Y'all stay far away from him as you can.
I don't have a problem.
All right. $5,000 for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
That Judge Mathis show, taped in October 2009, aired in February 2010.
So they are not going to have to worry about. They're not going to have to worry about anybody coming in contact with him because, yeah, they're not going to have to worry about any women coming in contact with him. So, did you guys see it? You remember that as well? Yeah. Okay. I didn't have a screen cover over my screen, did I? Okay, you saw it. Thank you, View. Yeah, and there was another case in Ohio that a woman was also, her daughter also, um, after appearing on Judge Mathis, she also, caused the untimely demise of her 56-year-old mother. Her mother had a business as a event planner that she had since 1996 in Ohio. She also, did away with her own mother. Her mother called the police because, she had multiple run-ins with her, and the daughter came home and was bumping her up in the chest, and she called the police on her. And when the police got there, they found the mother with several shots to the head and body, deceased. So, it's this couple, this mother-daughter duo was also on Judge Mathis. So unfortunately, there are some horrible outcomes that also have come from Judge Mathis' show. So yeah. Just yeah, and this was also a black mother and daughter as well. So, yeah, okay, yeah. It's if you Google it, you will find both of them on there. The Ohio mother daughter, and that was the California son and daughter. All right, so I thank you guys for that's all I have to share with you guys today, and I just wanted to have a discussion about those few things. Okay, and that's it. So I understand that there's few and far lives that come on, and I appreciate the support that you guys give me. If you guys would give me a thumbs up on your way out, I would greatly appreciate it. Seven, did you want to come up? Did you have anything to add to the conversation? Okay, Sobriety Wig, thank you for coming out. Original Young MIA, Shanice Franklin, thanks for coming out. Sophie, thanks for coming out. 7 stars, thanks for coming out. And I appreciate all you guys for coming out. And if you hit the like on your way out, it would greatly be appreciated. If anybody hit the Cash App, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for simply being here. It does me wonders, give me a lot to talk about, and gives me some ideas about what you guys are interested in. And also, what is today? Today is Tuesday. Friday, I want you guys to meet me here. I want to have a beef sector Jeopardy game, and we're gonna have a board. We're going to have contestants. We're going to have cash prizes. If you have a Cash App, please show up. This is a Jeopardy game of beef sector content, material, and knowledge. And, if you're not in the beef sector, but you want to say that you've been here for 3 years, I'm going to have some challenging questions that beef sector people who have really been participating and supporting the beef sector would only know the answers to. So if you think you have some knowledge about the beef sector and what's been going on in the beef sector, please join me on Friday. I'm going to put a early morning reminder about what time the show is going to be. I'm going to try to make it you'll see what time the show is going to be, but I'm going to try to make it conducive to a lot of players being able to participate. So with that, Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the ear. And thank you for, just participating in the chat. I greatly appreciate you. All right. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you around the YouTube streets. Bye-bye. Thank you for the super chat for good and evil. I missed it. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.